Oh, wow, 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 wow. It seems that we have a couple of accusers coming out to say that Shannon Sharpe did one or two undesirable things to them in the past. Let's discuss. Hello, my darling Fumination. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. We are going simple today, but I am still living and loving my hair. None other than Healthy Hair Studio. We are having the most fabulous, the most wonderful Summer Splash Fumination meet and greet on the 20th of July here in London, United Kingdom at the Novotel Hotel in Hammersmith. We are going to have goodie bags. I will be updating this event on a weekly basis just to include all of the brands that are going to be coming. We have special guests, my darlings. Oh my God. And the event is going to be from 1 to 6. And darlings, for the first time ever, you are going to have an exclusive to my brand. I am so excited. I cannot wait for you guys to be there. We are also going to have vendors. We have fashion. We have style. And for those of you that are coming from different countries, get in touch with Sabali Travel. They will book your flights for you. They will book your hotel rooms for you. They are the absolute best, and they booked for Fumination last year. We're going to take pictures together. We're going to have a fabulous lunch. We're going to have fabulous cake, fabulous drinks, music, dancing. There are going to be giveaways. There are going to be prizes to be won. There is so much going to be going on. It's really an extravaganza. It is the Fumination extravaganza, and all of the brands that I love for my skin, for my hair, Healthy Hair Studio, it's going to be there. The makeup, it's going to be there. All the sweets and all the treats. It's an extravaganza. It's going to be a day to remember. And yes, my darling, it's a family occasion, so the children can absolutely come. Absolutely come. We are going to have fabulous day, and it's going to be on a Sunday. On a Sunday, my darlings. So come along, come with the family, and be ready to be entertained. Get ready to be motivated. Get ready to be inspired with the special guests that we have. It is going to be like no other. And I did this especially for you, to show my gratitude for all that you have done for me all of these years. You're going to live for it. Tickets are below. And we have brands flooding in, and I'm so excited. We've got Eloise coming. We have Juvia's place coming. We've got vendors coming. The place is going to be packed. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a fantasy land. It's going to be really a fantasy land. I cannot wait. Tickets are down below. Let's move forward. We're going to be here all day. Darlings, last episode I did, when I covered Shannon Sharpe, I talked about how we were the same age. Then I said, you know what, let me double check that. And I saw that he was 1 year older than I. Okay? So I said, I'm 69 while he's 68. What I meant was, I was born in 1969 and he was born in 1968. I was so surprised because of how many of you commented in the comment section. Fumi, you're not 69 and he's not 68. He's going to be 57. And I got, hand on my heart, I was shocked. I got over 50 emails saying that they wanted to correct me, that I didn't want to embarrass you. So I brought an email here and I wanted to tell you what you said. And I don't know what to say. It's a thing that I thought other people did. you just called your birth year and people kind of figured out, okay, yeah, that could be kind of correct. So I just wanted you to know that no, it's actually the year that I was born. I was born in 1969, April the 16th, and I think Shannon Sharpe was born in June in 1968. So even though we're both 56, I have just turned 56 and he's about to turn 57. Okay, is that okay for my beautiful girlies? I love you. I love you. I love you. For the emails, I just had to copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. I want to respond to you. Okay, so let me just take a sip, because this right here, people sent out a news alert to say another woman accuses Shannon Sharpe of assault in defamation lawsuit. Make it so no other man would want me. Let me read. Okay, let's get all of this out there and then I'll tell you what I think. First one, Shannon Sharpe was accused of choking a female Fox employee. With Hall of Fame tight end and media personality Shannon Sharpe sued for sexual assault and other claims, the media is investigating whether Sharpe has had similar claims made against him. According to Ryan Glass-Steagall of FrontOfficeSports.com, there's a prior incident. Glass-Steagall reports that during Sharpe's time at FS1, he was accused of choking a female production assistant in the workplace. Glass-Steagall cites two unnamed sources in support of that report. He adds that one source said Sharpe and Fox settled with their accuser for several $100,000. No lawsuit was filed. Said a representative for Sharpe to Glass-Steagall, there's no incident of choking involving Shannon on the FS set. On one occasion, he and a few colleagues were involved in some light physical interaction in a playful context. Fox Sports later chose to resolve the matter privately. For further details, we recommend contacting Fox directly. Glass-Steagall writes that a Fox representative had declined to comment on the matter before a statement from Sharpe's representative was received. Earlier today, Sharpe announced that he will step aside from the ESPN appearance until the start of the NFL preseason. Whether ESPN will welcome him back at that time remains to be seen. Oh God. This is the New York Post. Shannon Sharpe's ex-girlfriend reveals horrifying threats he made after an alleged 2010 R. A former girlfriend of embattled NFL legend Shannon Sharpe claimed their decade-long relationship ended with a restraining order after the Hall of Famer allegedly arred her and threatened to ruin her if she ever spoke out, according to a previously undisclosed 2023 lawsuit. Michelle Bundy Evans filed a $4 million defamation lawsuit against Sharpe, divulging their ongoing legal dispute on television after news broke that she filed a restraining order accusing him of assault and stalking for the September 2010 incident, according to court documents obtained by Page 6. The resurfaced accusations come just days after another woman, identified in court docs as Jane Doe, accused Sharpe of arring her in a $50 million civil lawsuit. Allegations the 56-year-old has repeatedly denied. The defamation lawsuit filed by the scorned ex alleged that Evans and Sharpe were arguing when the football star forced his sweetheart of nearly 10 years to her knees and assaulted her before arring her. Evans claimed she sought legal protection after the former Denver Bronco hurled threats of ruin if she ever publicly disclosed the disturbing incident, according to the suit. The restraining order was dropped shortly after it was filed. CBS reported, with Evans telling the U.S. Sun that she was harassed at home with her daughter over the decision to go after her former beau. Sharpe's legal team refuted Evans' lawsuit, which is pending, and blasted her for crawling out of the woodwork to create a fabricated narrative in the wake of his most recent legal battle. Sadly, Miss Evans became obsessed with Shannon and decided to manufacture a claim against him. Sharpe's litigation counsel, Mitchell Schuster, told the Post in a lengthy statement. When she could not find a lawyer to pursue her outrageous story, she filed a civil complaint on her own that is completely devoid of merit. The fact is that Shannon has had no contact with this person for many years, and it is our understanding that she is still on probation after serving 3 years for trying to delete her husband so that she could hopefully pursue a relationship with Shannon. Evans was jailed for a 2017 domestic incident with her alleged abusive husband, now fears for Sharpe's latest accuser, who filed her lawsuit on Sunday in a Nevada state court. I want people to understand that Shannon did to this woman by doxing her, by putting out her name, by putting out her OnlyFans account, she told The Sun. That was horrifying because things are going to happen to her because of that. I still get it to this day, and I went through a lot of things, as you can see in the complaint, that actually even stemmed from it. The latest lawsuit alleged Sharpe committed assault, S-assault, battery, S-battery, and engaged in intentional infliction of emotional distress during a rocky consensual relationship that lasted nearly 2 years with a woman more than 30 years younger than him. The woman's legal team has released a pair of audio clips that are said to be of Sharpe telling Jane Doe that he was going to choke her. Sharpe's lawyer have pushed back on the claims, alleging that the pair had been in a consensual relationship that involved role-playing and fantasy. Bottom line, Shannon has done nothing wrong and intends to fight back against these malicious lies, not with manufactured defenses or imaginary stories, but with documentary proof and real evidence, Schuster added in his statement. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside. Darling, you had no choice. You had no choice. They would have fired you. They gave you the grace to step down so that they would not further humiliate you by firing you. At this juncture, I'm electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting the time to my family, of which you should have done initially, and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations, of which I believe allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. ESPN, in a statement to the Post, said the network agreed with Sharpe's decision to step away. Here's the thing for me, and this is for everybody that pursues a career on a platform, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or mainstream media. You cannot do the reckless, careless things that you did in the past. You can't do it because everything you have built will be at stake. I find for women, they are always aware because they've got children, because they've got families. I speak for myself. I think of Adrian every single time, how it will affect him. That's how I behave. That's how I react. If it's going to affect him negatively, I can't be involved. If it's going to benefit him, sign me up. I find with men that when they gain success and they gain some sort of influence and or power, the ego is multiplied. And the devil is right there sitting on their shoulder where they think that they are untouchable. Look at what is calling out from the past now. I don't know the entire stories of these two women, one that happened at Fox and his ex-girlfriend. But here you are, Shannon, who is a Hall of Famer. You've done so much. And you were still seeing this girl after the success of your interview with Cat Williams. Because you thought you were untouchable, because you thought you could get away with everything, because you had an ego. It was the perfect storm. And you are solely responsible for bringing all of this heat on you. Even when you were trying to justify yourself and you came out with this speech, you had no business bringing up Jay-Z. You had no business even saying anything. You have to let the dust settle. And I know it's panic mode, so you're kind of scared. Oh my God, I have to say something. But there were so many things that you did wrong. First of all, bringing up Jay-Z. Jay-Z is not like you. Jay-Z never knew this girl. Jay-Z never slept with this girl. Even the party of which the accuser said she went to, the house doesn't even exist. You, on the other hand, you slept with this girl multiple times. And it is the public court of opinion that has you in a chokehold, in a sense. As we've now found out, you offered her 10 million, of which she turned down because you knew it didn't look good. It didn't look good for you to sleep with this girl on any level. It wasn't a relationship. It was a fantasy relationship. Let me have all of my fantasies with you kind of thing. I don't want to be married. I don't want the responsibility. I just want to be able to go buck wild anytime I like, with whomever I like. It's not a good look for any brand. It's not a good look for your brand. It's not good for the endorsements that you get. And so ESPN had to say, you know what, do you want to say it or should we? Because their parent company is Disney. They don't need to hear and see all of these sordid details of an employee of theirs working at Disney. I wouldn't want it either. No, but you wouldn't want it, to have somebody working for you and then this is what's going on. Innocent, guilty, we don't know. You know what? You cannot keep this at my doorstep. That's the issue here. You had $100 million contract in the works. That's the perfect storm. There was SEX, there was money, there was a huge celebrity, superstar, for sure a sports star. Then there was this little white girl that was all in this mix. I already know that Lifetime is just sitting down, getting all of the details so that they can release their Lifetime show, of which I will watch. Because you were reckless, Shannon. Because you were reckless, because whether you bring out and say this was the relationship, and I believe you, I believe that she's taking you and hanging you out to dry, and you are paying for it, not necessarily for her, but because of your past sins. Because you see, that's the way it works. Every day for the thief, one day for the owner. And when that time comes, it will keep score, and you will pay for all of your past crimes. Your past is your past. Nobody cared. It wouldn't have been dredged up if it wasn't for what you're doing now. Because of the ego, because of the arrogance. That is what got you in hot water. And then you were laughing and cracking jokes about it.
You know who Sky Bree is, Ocho?
Sky Bree? Who that is, Coach?
Yeah. How I do it.
Hey, Scott, I mean, who is that? Who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. She might be famous for vertical activity that she's good at.
She a hooper?
Oh yeah.
Who she play for? Who she play for?
She got her own little thing,
Huh?
He said, yo. Man, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all be on that bull jive, man.
Hold on. Who she play for?
Back in the day, she could have been on my team.
She played for on her back.
And cracking jokes about it. And the ego and arrogance, because it's very dangerous. So I'm saying this for other men. Ego blinds you. You don't see. And that's when you become a victim. Because she saw you. And she said, aha. And then you were talking about it. Again, we say back home, if your yam is white, cover it. Don't let everybody know. That deal did not have to be out there. Why do you want people to know that you got $100 million contract? Let me tell you something. If I have $100 million contract, I'm still out here working because I love it. I'm addicted. I'm still wearing the same clothes. You will not know. You really will not know that I had that coin. I'm not trying to show off out here in these streets. Why? Why? I wouldn't do it. It was the perfect storm. And of course we have Tony Busby, and you know Tony Busby is out here to get any brother, and he'll do anything to hang you dry. It's unfortunate, Shannon, because you built all of this. My God, for sure, that podcast. And it's all just going to go poof. Because your reputation has been soiled by this. Because of the sordid details that we now know. And yet it is your private business. Please do not get me wrong. It's your private business. And I don't believe that you are that girl. I don't believe it at all. But the issue here was, it was an age factor. Because it became a thing about scruples, about principles, about ethics, of which you showed that you lacked incredibly. And because you were arrogant, because you are egotistical, because you thought that you could not be touched, that you didn't have to answer to anybody, you went right inside the lion's den and it bit you on the butt. And so now there's going to be story and update upon update about your personal dilly-dallings. And it's unfortunate for your family, it's unfortunate for your children, it's unfortunate for your friends, because some of your friends did not know this is what you did. And so now they're supporting you, but at the same time, it's going to affect them. They just have to kind of sort of sit back a little bit, because you know the saying, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. But I don't believe that all the way sometimes. Sometimes you just really don't know how people can be in the shadows, in the dark. You have to be careful. Everybody that is seeking out a platform, be careful when you attain any kind of fame, money. Be careful. Be careful not to be egotistical, to be arrogant. Because everything that you have worked for can be gone in a flash. And that's sad. Because your work ethic has nothing to do with your personal life. But if you bring your personal life right onto your workspace, that's what's going to happen. I have a boss. Trust and believe. My boss is a 6-year-old boy. He's my boss. He tells me and dictates to me how I run my life. Because I can't afford to lose him. I can't afford anything to happen to him. That's my boss. Brands that endorse me, that's my boss. I cannot run around here carelessly because it tarnishes them by extension. You did not think of any of this? You didn't think of any of this? She should not have you on audio with these kind of discussions. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Anyway, my darlings, what can I tell you? It is what it is, and I'll be here periodically updating you on what is happening with our darling Shannon Sharpe. I just feel so sad. You have to be aware, man. You have to be aware. You really have to be aware. And you see, our black sisters, they said this has got nothing to do with them. They said we don't want no parts. We're going to sit this one out. It's all in the comment section. Every single one of them. Fumi, you know what? Be cute. You two, sit it out. They're letting me know in the comment section. But somehow, you know, I feel so bad. I wish this did not happen to you. I wish you had had more common sense to have known that this was what was at stake. My loves, do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love.